Tuesday, and that means it's time now for our weekly Hot Jobs Report. It's brought to you by Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend. Here's Joe Gazen with this week's jobs.
In Corpus Christi, a residential counselor is needed. You'll provide individual, group, and family counseling. At least 1 year of experience is needed, plus a high school diploma or GED. You must also have a valid counselor intern certification and a valid driver's license. Pay is between $15 and $21 an hour, plus benefits. A pressure valve technician 3 is also needed. You will assemble, test, and troubleshoot valves and other equipment. At least 3 years of experience and a high school diploma or GED is required. You must complete a background check and drug screening and have a valid driver's license. You must be able to travel and have a clean driving record. The pay is between $28 and $32 an hour, plus benefits. An insulation installer also needed. You would install insulation in new construction and commercial projects. At least 6 months of experience required, and you have to pass a background check and drug screening. You may have to work on Saturdays, and you must have a valid driver's license. The pay is $12 an hour, plus benefits. In Gregory, there's an opening for an instrument fitter. You would install measuring instruments and their components at a petrochemical construction project. At least 4 years of experience is required, plus a high school diploma or GED. The pay is between $24 and $27 an hour. And lastly, in Kingsville, a recreation specialist supervisor is needed. You would oversee and direct lifeguard training and first aid classes. You'll also be responsible for special events and various other programs. At least 1 year of experience and a high school diploma or GED is required. Pay is a little less than $13 to $18 an hour. To learn more about these jobs and others, contact Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend at 888-860-JOBS or visit workintexas.com.